grab the other mic? All right, I got this mic. Mic check 1, 2. Can you hear me? We're live in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. We're live here in Mercedes-Benz Stadium for the SEC Championship. LSU fighting Welcome to a special edition of the Tiger TV Tailgate Show. We are live here in Atlanta in Mercedes-Benz Stadium previewing LSU versus Georgia in the SEC Championship. This is LSU's seventh time appearing in the SEC Championship, and they're going for their sixth win. They're 5-1 in the championship. Maddie Erickson is joining me. I'm Bree Andrus, the sports director. How are you feeling about this game?
Atlanta is electric right now. LSU and Georgia fans are all around the street. They've been tailgating all day, and I think Mercedes-Benz is anxious to get the team in here, the fans in here. This atmosphere is going to be crazy tonight.
Yeah, this is my first time in Atlanta, and it's definitely lived up to the hype. We went to Fanfare this morning. Fans are excited. Fans are ready for this game. Georgia and LSU fans. We also saw some Tennessee fans. I guess they're a little mad they're not in Atlanta, but we definitely did see a bunch of fans who are ready for this game. There was so many fun things for them to do at Fanfare too. So many activities for the kids, for adults, for everyone. There was something for everybody, and the SEC really made this place special to hold the championship, and I think that's why it's here almost every year. But LSU is coming into this game as a 17.5-point underdog. So Maddie, what do you think it's going to need for them to win?
They are the underdog by a lot, but I don't think Kirby Smart and the Bulldogs are underestimating LSU at all. I think Brian Kelly and the LSU program have proved everybody wrong this season. I mean, last year they were bottom of the SEC West.
Yeah.
This year they're coming in. They're playing in the SEC Championship. No one would have thought that this would have happened. So I think everyone is so excited to be here. The players are going to give it their all because they didn't expect to be here right now.
Yeah, I know. I think even with, the losses that they have faced this year, they have 3 losses. No one, like you said, no one expected the season to go the way it did under year 1 with Brian Kelly. But it was worth it to the team, I think. I think no matter what happens, they're proud of themselves. Brian Kelly said it. He was like, no matter what happens, I'm proud of this team. We've come a long way. They were doubted by everyone in the national media. They were projected to finish 5th in the SEC West, and they finished 1st. They beat Alabama in year 1 of Brian Kelly. Alabama was projected to be the #1 team and even defeat Georgia in the SEC Championship, but they didn't. But I think what they're going to need to do is definitely focus on that defense. The defense is going to be crucial because Georgia has a very powerful offense. Stetson Bennett can throw it. He can sling it. He can throw a deep ball, and they're definitely going to need to stop that in the pressure. They're having Jarek Converse. He's a cornerback. He's coming back to the lineup after an injury. It was a concussion. He cleared all the protocols, and Brian Kelly thinks that he's going to do well. So he'll be in the quarterback position, and that'll be crucial for the deep ball. They need to stop it. Georgia has 3 position players that are leading. They're leading their receivers, a tight end, a wide receiver, and a running back. They're all leading in receiving yards. So having to stop all of those weapons will be tough at very different positions at the linebacker, defensive end, and the defensive backs.
Yes, I agree with that. And I think the return of these previously injured players like Jarek Converse as well as Josh Williams will be an asset for the Tigers tonight. They need to go all out if they want to come close to Georgia tonight. I mean, they're the reigning national champions. They want this, but also so does LSU because this is one of their last really big games besides the bowl game.
Yeah, I really think that it's whoever wants it more, right? Obviously, both teams want it, but it's whoever wants it more and whoever's going to play harder in order to get there. The offense also needs to step up, too. The receiving core is going to be crucial in this game. Jaden Daniels got injured against Texas A&M. He rolled his ankle, and he got injured, and it was really questioning on if he was going to return for the SEC Championship. Brian Kelly said he is cleared to play, but it's all about how his performance is going to be. We know Jaden Daniels is a mobile quarterback, and he likes to use his feet and run, but will that work against Georgia?
I think today he's not to his full athletic ability, and they're going to have to run the ball more. Utilize those talented wide receivers that they have and get yards through the air.
Yeah, they haven't really done that much this season. They're more of a rushing team than a passing team. But you have so many talented receivers in that room. You have Kayshon Boutte, you have Malik Neighbors. I mean, even in the tight end position, you have Mason Taylor who scored that 2-point conversion against Alabama, and you have Cole Taylor, and even in your running back room, like you have so many guys that can catch the ball in the backfield in the running back room. So using those receivers, getting yards through the air, it's going to make Georgia think twice about how they thought about this offense because they're already thinking about this offense as a 2-man, and they're just going to blitz after Jaden Daniels because they know that he likes to run. They have to make them second guess. Brian Kelly said it on Thursday that you can't be predictable because if you're predictable, a defense can read that, and so they can't afford to do that in this game offensively.
That's right, and I think LSU it is crucial for them to start early. In the past, they've struggled with, getting the start or a slow start, and then they have to come back. But I don't think if Georgia gets up in the first half, they're not going to be able to come back in the second.
Yeah, definitely momentum. We said it whenever we did our KLSU Tiger TV Tailgate show about an hour ago, is that there's always something in a game that sets the momentum and sets the tempo. And I really think LSU needs to get after that early. If they get after that early, they'll be just fine. And I think this will be a very competitive game and give them a shot of actually winning the SEC championship and taking down the #1 team in the country. But if they don't start early on offense or defense, it's going to be a long night for Brian Kelly and company.
Agreed. Yep, they need to get that momentum going as soon as possible, or it's going to be a very long night for the Tigers.
Definitely. And Kirby Smart, even though LSU is the 17.5-point underdog, Kirby Smart is not underestimating the Tigers. He says that they are one of the best teams in the SEC. I mean, rightfully so. They're first in the SEC West when a lot of people didn't think they'd make it there. So Kirby Smart is right not to underestimate, because when you get complacent in how you think that this game's going to go, that's when things go down for you. And Kirby Smart is a very smart man. He's won a national championship, a back-to-back season going 12-0. So I don't think it would be right to underestimate them, because they'll catch you whenever you're slipping.
And I think that has a lot to do with LSU's last couple games.
Right.
UAB, for instance. Everyone knew LSU was most likely going to come out on top, and everyone had that same mindset going into the A&M game, and everyone saw what happened. I mean, you can't ever get too comfortable, and like you said earlier, you can't be predictable.
Yeah.
They have to switch up their game plays, and they have to come in strong tonight for a win.
And football is a bigger game than just being physical. It's also about being mental. If they have the mental capacity to go into this game thinking that they're the team that wants it more, they're the team that has the better plan, then it's going to go well. So I think that LSU does have a fighting chance if their mentality is in the right place. And I think Brian Kelly has also said that in the past about the defensive efforts, that it's more of a mental struggle than a physical struggle. So if they get over those mental struggles that they faced against A&M that were very obvious to everyone watching, I think they'll be just fine. But it's all about what's going to happen when that ball is kicked off at 4:10 Eastern.
Yeah, and Brian Kelly has said a lot throughout the season how it's not all that matters is on the field, it's off the field too. Getting that sleep and all of those assets that come into making a great player. So those players, I hope they trained well this week and that they're prepared for the game tonight, because it's a tough competition, but I think both teams have what it takes and are supposed to be here.
It's definitely going to be a tough competition for sure, but I think LSU is up to the challenge to make it competitive. So we'll just have to see when the ball is kicked off here in a few hours. The ball will be kicked off at 3:10 Central, but 4:10 Eastern here in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Tune into our social media at LSU Tiger TV for live in-game updates, and tune into our website later tonight for a full game recap from me and Maddie. For Tiger TV Sports, I'm Sports Director Bree Andrus.
For Tiger TV Sports, I'm Sports Reporter Maddie Erickson.
Have a great night, Tigers.